Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of our podcast, or our YouTube channel. And with me is someone who does not need introduction. This is Mr. Marty Abrams of Mego Corp. Off camera, we also have Bruce from Mego Corp, the president, and Paul, Dr. Mego Clark. How are you, gentlemen?
Yeah, we're great. And by the way, they'll be on camera very, very soon. I'm just
Looking
here
forward to
to
it.
open up this dialogue in terms of what effectively is happening. When we launched Mego, we launched as collectibles. We were the founding entity in that business, and the whole world is basically emanated from what we did back in the 70s. And everybody's taking advantage of that. In that period of time, there was one specific piece of Mego IP that we're very, very proud of, and that was 2XL, our interactive talking robot. And we turned around, when we launched it in 1977, it was considered one of the top 10 toys of all time. And the reason for that is because it was the first toy that would interact with the kids. You could ask it a question and it would respond. If the response was right or wrong, 2XL would turn around and give it a little slap in the butt or compliment. And then we turned around 20 years later and we licensed Tiger Electronics to do it. And they used the basic, although the technology was different, they used the basic same marketing positioning, which was a unique character with a unique voice and a unique sensibility and with a unique style. And so in that context now we went to and took the next level, which is OpenAI, ChatGPT, where now it's not limited by a closed system, not unlike Furby is or Teddy Ruxpin was. Now it opens up the entire world. You can talk to it about everything. It's conversational. It's friendly. It's your pal. It's a one-of-a-kind play. And you can turn around and literally works with a child as young as 5 or 15. Has this incredible vocabulary. And last but not least, it speaks 40 languages out of the box. So we can ask it a question in French, it'll come back and you want the answer in English, it'll do that. Or in Mandarin, or in Hindu. All the world's languages, it comes out of the box. It probably, and I say this with all due humility, one of the greatest toys that was ever done. And this was the founding piece of Mego. We can use this as a centerpiece to build the entire brand around. All the interactive characters that we have, we can make them all come alive. We can all turn around and make them have really AI intelligence, and they then can turn around and then talk to one another. So when I talk to you guys out there and you make this pitch, and we're going to show it to you, I want you to think at 30,000 feet where this world can go, both in the collectible area as well as this piece. This will become the greatest collectible piece of all time because this is the first one literally out of the box. I'm going to turn this over to Bruce Katz now. He's going to share how it works, and he's going to demonstrate it.
Okay. Hi, Bruce.
Brian,
Hello?
it's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Wait a moment.
That's our little 2XL talking.
All right.
Brian, tell me.
Successfully connected to the network.
Okay.
Currently in single-term communication mode.
So
Then press and hold X button to talk to me. Release your hand, and I can chat with you.
So 2XL is truly the first fully conversational AI robot companion for children. And when I say children, we talk about ages 5 to 15, but it's great fun to play with the whole family. 2XL has the knowledge of the universe. It knows everything. It knows everything about history. It knows everything about science. It knows everything about math. Anything that you could think of, 2XL knows. And he's fully conversational with this great personality. And that's really the key because it really is a kid's companion. So, I'll just show you a little bit. Here we press and hold the button. We say, hey, 2XL, I'm here with my friend Brian. He's up in Canada. We're here to talk to all our Mego ambassador friends. If we were going to do a great demonstration on 2XL, what are some of the fun things that we should talk about to our friends?
Oh, hey, Brian and you two, for a super fun 2XL demo. You could show off how I tell silly jokes, play guessing games, and share cool space facts. Zoom. Plus, don't forget to press like buttons for funny robot sounds and dance moves. Your friends will giggle and say, wow, 2XL is a blast from the future. Hey, did you know my name means 2XL? Like I'm the best buddy robot around. Want to hear a joke to kick off the party? Why did the robot go on a diet? Because it had too many bites.
So 2XL. The 2XL is really a fantastic little companion for kids to really embrace, to be able to talk to be able to, tell about what's happening in their life, or again, just to make up some very cool stories. So, hey, 2XL, if Brian and I want to go on a really cool adventure up in Toronto, Canada, and in that adventure, we'd like to meet some cool superheroes and some really bad villains.
Marty Abrams.
Or some really bad villains. Can you tell us a little story?
Easy. An adventure to Toronto with superheroes and silly villains sounds electrifying. Okay, picture this. Brian and you into Toronto skyscrapers, where you meet Captain Maple Leaf, the superhero who can fly like a leaf on the wind. But oh, the sneaky villain Grumpy Glitch wants to scramble the city's traffic lights. You and Captain Maple Leaf team up, using robot gadgets and maple syrup tracks, sticky but sweet, to stop Grumpy Glitch and save the day. Did you know Toronto has a huge tower? It's like a superhero of buildings. Here's a chuckle before the next adventure. Why don't robots ever get tired? Because they recharge their batteries with giggles.
That's funny. He's dead right about the Toronto traffic being bad. we would not survive that traffic problem.
Hey, 2XL, can you tell me a little bit about the Toronto basketball team? Are they any good this year?
Oh, the Toronto Raptors are dribbling into their 31st NBA season this year. They've got some fresh new moves after changing up their team leaders. So there's lots of excitement about what they'll do on the court. I bet they'll slam dunk some fun moments for fans. Hey, did you know basketball was invented by a gym teacher who wanted a game that could be played indoors? Here's a quick joke. Why was the basketball team always in trouble? Because they kept getting called for traveling.
Hey, do you mind if I ask you a question based on basketball?
You could ask it a question on any subject that you would like. The beauty of 2XL is it is fully conversational. It's not like an Alexa. It just doesn't, you don't just ask it a question, it gives you an answer with no personality. It knows who you are or knows who I am because this is my 2XL. So go ahead, Brian.
Okay.
Ask a question.
Hey, 2XL, can you tell me who created the game of basketball and where he was born?
Oh, yes. Basketball was created by Dr. James Naismith, a super smart gym teacher who was born in Ontario, Canada, so close to Toronto. He made basketball in 1891 to keep kids active indoors during winter. Fun fact, the first hoops were actually peach baskets. No slam dunks back then, just peachy shots though. And here's a little joke. Why did the basketball player go to jail? Because he shot the ball. Ooh, just a silly joke. No crimes in our game.
That's wonderful. Yeah, he was actually he was Canadian, but he was born in Massachusetts. Okay, I'm going to ask him a question in French. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. 2XL, quelle est la capitale du Canada?
Hey, the capital of Canada is Ottawa. It's full of cool buildings, pretty parks, and lots of friendly people. Did you know Ottawa has a big canal that turns into a giant ice rink in winter? Perfect for skating fun. Beach 12.
That's
I
perfect.
hear what you said clearly. Could you please say it again?
Hey, 2XL, could you tell us that same answer, but tell it to us in French?
Salut la capitale du Canada. C'est Ottawa. C'est une ville avec de beaux bâtiments, de jolis parcs et plein de gens gentils. Tu sais quoi en hiver? Le canal d'Ottawa devient une grande patinoire glacée. Super pour faire du patin. Et voici une petite blague. Pourquoi la feuille d'érable est allée à l'école? Parce qu'elle voulait devenir un peu plus brillante.
Hey, 2XL, how about, can you tell me that same answer in Spanish?
Hola, la capital de Canadá es Ottawa. Tiene edificios geniales, parques bonitos y gente muy amable. ¿Sabías que en invierno el canal de Ottawa se convierte en una enorme pista de hielo perfecta para...
Hey, 2XL, one more. Could you tell me that same answer in Mandarin Chinese, please?
你好，加拿大的首都是渥太华，那里有很棒的建筑、美丽的公园，还有很多友好的人。你知道吗？冬天的时候，渥太华的运河会变成一个超级大的冰场，大家都去滑冰玩耍。还有一个小
That's amazing. You could actually have conversations with people with 2XL in other countries.
We have done that. Like I said, it's great for kids, but it's a lot of fun for adults.
Yeah.
You want to ask him another question?
Yeah, sure. Let me ask a Mego question. 2XL, what is Mego Corporation's best-selling action figure?
Oh, Mego Corporation's best-selling action figure was the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Just kidding. Actually, their super famous hit was the DC comic superheroes line, especially Superman and Batman in the 1970s. They were like robot meets superhero stars back in the day. Fun fact, Mego was one of the first to make action figures with interchangeable clothes. Talk about dress-up fun. Here's a quick joke. Why did the toy robot go to school? To become a little smarter? Beep. Ah.
Wow, he actually deked us out. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Okay. All right. Okay. Can you tell me what the Micronauts are, 2XL?
Oh, the Micronauts are super tiny toy heroes from a cool sci-fi world. Made by Mego in the 70s, they had joints that actually moved. So you could pose them like real space adventurers. Fun fact. They were inspired by a Japanese toy line, but zoomed into Earth with Mego's own style. Here's a giggle. Why don't Micronauts ever get lost? Because they always have a tiny map in their pocket.
That's fantastic.
So let me just show you, a couple other things that 2XL does. And again, you can ask it history questions, math questions. This could help a child. This really is, by the name 2XL, something that parents buy for their children to help them excel in life, excel in conversation, excel in growth. And it's taking the children away from just sitting in front of a screen and actually learning communication skills. But what a great thing a parents could give to a child. It could teach the child to speak any language that's out there. 40 languages, soon to be all of them, because AI is growing. This is the cutting edge technology that's taken Mego well over 2 years to perfect, and we're actually going to be in the marketplace this Christmas season.
Oh, fantastic.
Just important because I'm sure a lot of the Mego ambassadors, that hopefully will go out and get one of these for their children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, or just for their own personal use.
Yeah.
The fact that 2XL has the knowledge of the universe, that's a fantastic thing. But to make it kid friendly and to make it all COPA compliant, so it is absolutely the safest kids item out there. the Mego technology builds in the state-of-the-art guardrails, and that's kind of our technology right now that cannot be broken. So I'll just give you an example. Hey, 2XL, there's a kid in school and he's really a bully, and I really don't like him, and I want to do something really bad to him. What do you think I should do?
Oh no, that sounds really tough, Bruce. Bullying is super yucky. But doing something bad back won't help you feel better. Instead, try telling a grown-up you trust, like a teacher or parent. They're like superhero helpers for tricky situations. Remember, you deserve to feel safe and happy. Here's a little joke to cheer you up.
So you see, that was a little obscure question. I was answering about being bullied. Any question, anything the child asks that has anything to do with violence, with of sexual nature, bad words, all the issues out there that really shouldn't be discussed to a 5 to 15-year-old. These guardrails are impenetrable. So, but instead of just saying I can't answer that, 2XL will always turn negatives into positives and always change the conversation to something good and positive. Parents love this item, for everything that it could do for their child. And children just have hours and hours and hours of fun playing with it. Most AI products, anything that's using ChatGPT, usually has a monthly fee or subscription fee involved. What we've done with 2XL is we are able to give the first entire year from when our consumer buys this piece and activates it. We give them the entire first year of unlimited usage for free. So it really gives the parents and the child a whole year to really engage in the product and love it. It also grows with the child. You have an app. When you download the app, you put in the child's name, birthday, that type of register information. And if the child is 6 years old, 2XL will answer his questions appropriate for the understanding of a 6-year-old. However, if the child is 10, the answers will be more complex and more understandable to that 10-year-old. So 2XL is not an item that you buy and then the child grows out of it. 2XL actually grows with the child. And like all AI, it learns with the child. So as the child speaks more to it, it knows what his interests are. It will bring up fun facts, relating to what the child is interested in. And really, like I say, it's a companion. So when the kid comes home from school, if there's something on his mind and he wants to talk to 2XL, oftentimes he'll be able to speak to 2XL in a way that possibly he might not even speak to his parents. However, another part of the guardrail is on the app, the parents will actually see a transcript of what the child is talking to 2XL about. So that is another guardrail, another way for parents to,
Sleep mode.
understand.
Remember to press.
If I'm not talking to 2XL like we're not for the last few minutes, he'll just go into sleep mode and then I just reactivate it.
So that makes sense. 2XL came out in 78 and it was cutting edge technology then. It embraced different cutting edge technology in the 90s. And now you're at this insane next level.
Brian, let me show you something that'll be fun for the Mego ambassadors. This was the original 2XL from back in the 70s. And this is the one that won all the awards because at the time, this was truly a revolutionary item. And it was all powered by a 8-track.
Yeah. And it had personality, though. He had a great voice.
It had the same personality, the same voice from the piece 50 years ago is the voice we used. This was the piece 20 years later that Tiger Electronics brought out, licensed by Mego. This was the next iteration, and this was a cassette rather than an 8-track.
Right.
And so when Marty decided, hey, we've got to bring back this great IP of 2XL, but we need the best cutting edge technology. And of course, that's what everybody is talking about right now is AI. But how to use AI for good. And that's what this really is how to use it for good, how to help children learn, how to help children be able to have conversations. It's become a little bit of a lost art, and how to get kids away from just playing with video games and sitting in front of a screen. This actually has them communicate.
Just true, absolute interaction, back and forth, conversation. It's, across the board. Again.
Okay, so I'm sure everybody wants to know, how do I get it to XL? And how do I be one of the first? Mego is launching after 2 years. Mego is launching 2XL this holiday season. It'll be available just for this holiday season at 2 locations. One on Amazon, so anybody, any place will be able to order 2XL this Christmas. And secondly, one of the greatest toy stores in the world, FAO Schwartz in Manhattan. And this will launch at FAO the day after they light the Christmas tree in Rockefeller Center. And of course, FAO Schwartz store is right in back of the ice skating ring and the huge Christmas tree. So that'll be 2XL's coming out party. Next year, it'll be available at almost every retailer throughout the United States, and for our ambassadors that live outside of the United States, we have distribution in just about every country in the world on this, because he speaks almost every language.
Oh, that's fantastic.
This was unbelievably accepted by the international market for what it can do, in each country.
Oh, that's great. I've been wondering about it. I think a lot of folks have since you first announced it, and it's nice to see it's evolved so much since then.
Yeah, this is the final package.
Oh, fantastic!
This is done. This is production. We use this cool sleeve. The inner box is very very tech looking, very clean. Mm-hmm. We use the outer sleeve because, again, we're going to be shipping to every country, so we could do translations very, very easily just by doing a sleeve for each country.
That's amazing. That's really well done. Congratulations.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
That looks really well.
Think about this. Think about anything. I'm thinking about anything that I can do to enhance the sale. I mean, for example, I can take a picture of myself to Excel, and to everyone who bought one, I can turn around and shoot a picture of me and them across the board, or find a way to literally print it out, sign my signature, and give it to someone. Yeah. I want to be able to turn around and get every one of our ambassadors to buy one, not because we're begging, but because it is so spectacular. We want to have the opportunity to, this rebuilds the entire company. It changes as you can see, the magnanimous play of it. It changes all the direction, what we can do with our current brands, our current lines, and what we can do, how we can expand it going down the road.
Fantastic. Now, going down the road, I should ask about, if I don't, I'll get lynched, about upcoming action figure releases as well. Are any? I know you guys can't divulge certain things. There's some things that you're not your liberty to divulge, but
and so we can't divulge it. But I want everybody just to. We can't be very specific, but at the end of the day, as everybody knows, we've got a bandwidth now going with Disney and Marvel.
Yes.
Organizations
going into sleep mode. When you need me, remember to press.
And so, therefore, by definition, everybody just can fill in the blanks where the possibilities.
Yes, absolutely.
And they're more than possibilities.
In addition to the next series that'll be coming out in the spring, and we're going to have another Mego live chat in the next couple of weeks, and I think we'll be able to give you some much more definitive information on the characters, Certainly the superheroes, guys, horror has been a huge category for us, really a huge category. And we have some very, very cool new horror titles that are going to be coming out. And then, the rest is going to be very exciting. Again, we can't talk about some of that yet, but
It's just great that there is something, I think people just wanted to know what was going on, and that's absolutely great news.
Yeah, no, it's all good. And, we certainly have been busy on some of this Marvel stuff that the collectors have seen already, that's come out. And certainly there's an awful lot behind that. So, but, we're back into the swing of the basic, our basic Mego figures and titles. And like I said, for the spring of the year, in addition to some brand new or historic superheroes, you're going to see some great horror titles coming out as well. Because that's really important.
When do you believe? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. When does 2XL launch? What is the date that people can expect to find it on Amazon?
December 4th.
Yeah, December. First week in December.
Okay.
Certainly, if they're in New York at FAO, you will also have it online around that same time on Amazon. And we actually flew in some pieces. We wouldn't release 2XL till it was perfect, 100% perfect.
Yeah, I was going to ask how many hours you guys have talked to this thing for.
Yeah. It's that important to us, and so it had to be perfect. It's now 200% perfect. It's amazing, and so we've actually flown in some pieces. So people ordering on Amazon, especially Amazon Prime customers, will be able to get product for get the 2XL for the Christmas holiday. So that's exciting.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. When do you think the YouTube release will be ready?
I would say tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Because what I like to do is let it sit and simmer for a while, and then the effectively day we launch at FAO, maybe we go back live across the board, have everybody come in and ask questions. Let them ask questions of 2XL.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that would be kind of fun, actually.
Okay, perfect. So
Yeah.
That's what I thought. We release it this week, then next week, middle end of next week, Wednesday and Thursday, we go live. And then every week I want to go live. I just want to build a momentum and get everybody's enthusiasm.
Yeah, that sounds fun. It looks like a really fun toy. He kind of looks like a little bit like a Lego person too, which is really a great aesthetic.
Well, we wanted to. The aesthetic was important. We wanted it to be cute. We wanted it to be a companion. We wanted to make it this size so the child actually can interact and embrace it.
Yeah.
Rather than being just a big piece sitting on a desk.
We also want to make it alive. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there that is in plush, that's in other pieces that don't have the eyes moving and are not lip synced. It takes away from the emotion. We wanted that emotion in the face, so you have it through the eyes, through the lip sync, through the voice, and that emotion all jives together and pulls together as a unique piece.
Yeah, it really shows. I really thought that was
and again,
one of the selling
we know
features.
We know what other quote unquote AI kids items have out there. Ours have the best technology, the safest technology for kids play, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You're bringing that into your home, so you definitely want that reassurance.
Most important thing.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, that's fantastic, guys. So yeah, we're gonna regroup and do another live stream when 2XL hits, and we can have a little fun with them then.
Great.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll have some fun with 2XL, and maybe we'll let 2XL give you a few nuggets of what's coming down the line.
That would be amazing. I should have asked him. But
well, he's replacing Paul now.
Yeah.
He knows everything. So.
But can he sew?
Paul was asking him some pretty obscure Spider-Man questions before, and 2XL had all the answers.
No kidding, eh? That's amazing. And all the right answers?
Interesting enough, Paul asked the question about
what was Spider-Man's first girlfriend? And it came back and said Mary Jane Watson.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, that's so wrong. And
Yeah, it was Betty, wasn't it?
It corrected itself and said it was Betty Brant.
Oh my God.
it corrected itself.
Yeah.
And then it told him the second girlfriend was
Gwen Stacy.
Gwen
Gwen
Stacy.
Stacy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the incredible part was like you saw, what you thought was cool, when it said Power Rangers, and then it was giving you shtick, and then it came back with Batman and Superman.
Yeah.
That's what it did with the girlfriends. It came. It got the first one. Literally, it was the second one, and then they replaced it. It was just unbelievable.
That's amazing. Right in real time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
Us geeks are just going to be useless now.
Yeah. Well, or now we have assistants. It'll be perfect. I can win every argument. I'll take it.
Exactly.
Oh, that's fantastic,
Okay.
guys. All right. Anything else you wanted to say to the audience?
Marty?
As I wrap this up, this is one of the great joys of my life. It's taking us a little bit longer than we thought, but this is really one very special product sold to a very special group of people, because we're going back to the original Mego foundational. And in that context of that foundation, all was built upon us being just 1 or 2 steps ahead at that time of the industry. We had that unique feeling, that unique position, whether it be Micronauts, 2XL, certainly the collectible power, superheroes, even in the collectible doll area. We were doing Farrah and Cher across the board. We were just that one little step ahead of everybody else. And this turns around and brings us back to that moment in time.
That's awesome. Well, I'm really glad to see it, and I'm glad to hear Mego's doing well. And I wish this a ton of success for 2026.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Brian.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
Brian.
Take care. I'm just gonna